Tell me about the Stivet, because with you as a youngster, I was seeing a lot of that. And how, just talk to me about it in general and your progression as an athlete. In a nutshell, a Stivet is a redirecting of the skis, a feathering of the skis at the top of the turn, followed by edging for the second part of the turn. But let's have River talk about that.
The Stivet it has its place in ski racing for sure. You know, I used to joke when I was a junior that even though I didn't have everything else figured out, I could Stivet at a World Cup level. You know, that's one skill in a myriad of skills, I think. And there's a ton of ways to do a Stivet, and there's only really one way to do it right. You know, the way I used to Stivet is I would come in late to a gate, or even early to a gate, and flip this, like the tips of the skis from pointing out to almost up the hill, to slow myself down, put myself in the position where I wanted to be, and then switch them back and hit the ski, you know, into the fall line. But it just slows you down so much, you know. In World Cup now, just because of the nature of how they're setting GS courses, there is a lot of stiveting. It's a lot of half turns. There's a lot of fall line time, and if you took the speed from every single gate, you're gonna blow up because it's just uncontrollable. So you need a little redirect sometimes, but the way to do it is basically to you know, you can release the edges, point the skis down the hill, never across the hill, and never pressure on the ski until you want to engage it. You know, you can be very light on your feet, and then once you find the place you want to set the ski in, you set them down and drive out. I think that it's done all the time. I think Odermatt does it extremely well. He takes every inch of line he can, goes directly at the gate, smears just the tiniest bit, and then hammers in the fall line, you know, and has one of the shortest pressures on the GS Tour because of it. But for me, it's always a matter of reining it back. You know, I can stiff it really well, but I do it too much. I do it where it's not necessary. So I have that trick in the bag, but I only break it out when I need to, and I'm trying to learn right now to take more speed and commit harder and ski more clean turns than I think I can, and keep pushing that way.
Give me your pull. Hurrah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Not comparing yourself to others and da-da-da. Does that come from dinner table conversation with mom and dad, or is that just from you?
I feel like I learned that myself.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I had a lot of success through the junior levels, you know, and sort of just kept stepping up the stairs of progression that I wanted to get to. But then when I made it to World Cup, I just got beat up, and I was just thinking so much about the outcome. You know, in the start gate, I'd be thinking, okay, I hope I ski better this time, or I hope I don't get, you know, miss top 30. And it really, you know, affected me in a way that was just not productive. And I was just like lost in you know, putting the cart before the horse. And so I really had to relearn that, you know, go back to basics and figure out what can I control, and try to go from there.
Love it.
As you know, both my parents are ski coaches, you know, and they've been in the ski world for the better half of the last century, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in their blood. Yep. It's in, you know, my grandparents and all my relatives all ski, you know? And so it's a strong history. And so I could easily see my parents like pushing me into the sport, you know? But the reality is they never wanted my passion for skiing to be their passion for skiing, or for them to be living vicariously through me or anything else. So they gave me all the opportunities in the world to pursue it, but they also really instilled the love for the sport and the fun part of it, you know? Like, they never cared how I did at a race. They never like you know, criticized me on the drive home if I didn't, you know, live up to my potential or anything like that. They just cared if I had fun. That's all they would ever ask me, in skiing and in all the other sports I pursued. But, you know, that really ensured that my love of the sport was my own, and that I pursued it on my own terms. And I think that that's like the biggest gift they've ever given me.
I've asked you this before. How's your surfing these days?
It's okay, it's passable.
Passable.
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always fun actually, you know, to just learn to suck at something again, you know? I really enjoy that, you know? It's just like creating a whole new challenge. Learning something like you're a baby again.
Yeah, learning.
Yeah.
Learning and embracing learning. It's just...
Yeah, it's such it's so rewarding, you know? Like in skiing, not that I have it all figured out, but the steps I learn are so much more incremental. Yeah. Whereas surfing, I can figure something out and I take a leap in my surfing, and that's just like something to, you know, fun to be able to do at this point in my life again, you know?
I love it. I love it. Thanks so much for your time today, River.
Of course,
I really appreciate it.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. Keep it going. Keep it going strong.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye.
See you later.